48-hour deal that the speaker mentioned this weekend, that she's giving Mnuchin and the White House 48 hours to come to an agreement with her on the next aid package. Are you hopeful that there will be an agreement by the end of today? And are there any signs that this is different than any of the other negotiation deals over the stimulus?
Well, I talked to the speaker this morning, Rhonda, and she is optimistic. I won't say hopeful, but she's optimistic that they can get to an agreement. I think Mnuchin and Pelosi are relatively close. I think the real problem is the White House and the U.S. Senate Republicans are very, very far apart. And when I say that, they're $1.3 trillion apart. I understand that Senator McConnell is first of all going to offer a single bill today, and then tomorrow, and then I may not have the sequencing correct, a $500 billion bill. And that's $1.3 trillion less than Secretary Mnuchin and the White House are talking about. So it's clear that the Republicans don't have agreement among themselves, which makes it very difficult to get an agreement with us. The most difficult thing is Senator McConnell has not come forward with any kind of reasonable compromise close to what the White House and the Speaker are talking about, or Mnuchin and the Speaker are talking about.
For people who may not know, what is the last sticking point? Or I'm sure there are a couple.
State and locals is a definite sticking point. For whatever reasons, Trump and McConnell want to let the states and local governments be on their own, not give them any help. Yet they are carrying the major burden in our communities. Particularly, they hire the teachers, they hire the police, they hire the fire and emergency medical response teams, they sanitation workers. These are people who are critical to operating our society in a safe way. And unfortunately, the White House and the Senate doesn't want to give them any help. Now, my Republican governor in the state of Maryland, Governor Hogan, has asked a long time ago, early this year, saying the states, in league with Governor Cuomo of New York, Republican and Democrats, urging the House and Senate and the president to adopt substantial assistance to the states because they're struggling with a hemorrhaging of revenues and the inability to do the services that are necessary to keep our communities safe.
Do you think that if this doesn't pass before Election Day, because we're now just days away, do you think that this could be picked up in a lame duck session, or will it lose steam?
I've told my members COVID-19 relief and response will be the major issue in the lame duck session, along with passing an omnibus to fund government and keep government open particularly at this time of the COVID crisis. So that the answer to your question is an absolute yes. Not only are we going to deal with it, but we will deal with it so we make retroactive payments to people to try to get them out of the hole that we've left them in since we passed in July that compromise agreement, bringing our request down 35%. That's a pretty big concession on our part in terms of dollars. And now, we were at 2.2. The Senate still has not passed a piece of legislation that we can negotiate on. It's very nice to have the White House come with a figure. The 1.8 trillion sounds good, but they don't have any idea that the Senate Republicans will agree to such a figure. I absolutely believe that Speaker Pelosi and Mnuchin, Secretary Mnuchin, want to get to an agreement. The proof of that is they have reached agreement in 4 separate COVID-19 bills from March to April. So there's no doubt that they wanted to get to agreement, they got to agreement, and those 4 bills were overwhelmingly passed by Republicans and Democrats.